Hello, this is your 2025 November Twin Flame card reading. We are going to pull two cards from the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot for the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, and for your overall union. Our cards are pre-shuffled, so we're just going to go ahead and get started with the Divine Feminine first. So, Divine Feminine, first card I'm pulling for you is the Sun. So, Divine Feminine, we have you stepping into a new optimistic beginning at the start of the month. Divine Feminine, I think after all of the spiritual work you have done so far this fall, this past season, past cycle, you are seeing the fruit or the blossom of that spiritual work, right? There's like a new beginning, a new awareness, a new perspective, perhaps literally a more sunny outlook on your twin flame journey that you can have, right? Well, I think what once might have seemed kind of dark and gloomy for you, you feel a lot better about right now, even if not quite everything has slipped into place, right? The way you might envision it. You're still feeling good. So you're rolling in with some good energy. And this is like a really nice reading for you. The next card that comes out for you is the Star. Yeah, the next card that comes out for you is the Star. So yeah, what I get from this is Divine Feminine, it's okay to just like feel good. Right? You've done a lot of inner work and now you can kind of let everything flow. You can let the good vibes literally roll and you can continue to connect to God's guidance for you. I mean, that's what the Star is about, is connecting to God's guidance and continuing to have faith. So I think it's really easy after you do a lot of healing to have a new awareness, a new understanding, and a new vibration, frankly, and feel really good. Right? And what the Star tells me is like part of your, I guess, like spiritual lesson here is letting yourself continue to feel good, like not putting expectations on this healing, on this awareness that you have, not putting expectations on this month, instead just focusing on the good, peaceful feeling in your heart, that feeling that something's blossoming and opening and beginning for you, and letting that unfold as it will. Okay, I think, Divine Feminines, especially everyone on the twin flame journey, but I think Divine Feminines do this often because we are like wired to be pattern recognizers when it comes to our relationships. But you don't have to figure out where your relationship is going right now, where or when it's going to go to a certain place. You're allowed to just feel good. Like you attract your twin flame into your reality by feeling good, and not this, and I think you know this, hopefully if you're watching this, and not feeling good in this like false feeling good sense, this kind of fake love and light where we just kind of put a band-aid over things and brush over like deeper wounds, but actually feeling good about yourself very, very deeply. And even when you have a block come up or a challenge, a bump in the road, an upset come up, upset is the word we use in Twin Flame Ascension School to describe this, you continue to know that that's just part of your path unfolding and you can heal it very easily and continue to just deepen your peace, right? Deepen that sun energy, right? That like innocence, that beginning, that glow, that something is just bright and unfolding for you, right? And so the Star is just you rooting in that and really rooting in God here, right? No matter what's happening on the outside, rooting in God. And I really feel like if you can honor this energy, right? And just continue to honor God, even when things are just surprising in how they unfold, you're going to feel really good this month. I should stop saying I'm going to draw two cards because I almost always end up drawing three cards. But third card for you, Divine Feminine, is the Tower reversed. And so what I pick up from the Tower reversed in this particular context with the Star, with the Sun, and I'm just going to flip over the Tower so you can, see it a little bit more clearly. This guy reversed is telling me that what once upon a time would have felt catastrophic for you, soul shaking, foundation breaking for you, like due to your inner work, you know it's actually not the end of the world. It's not a big deal. You can truly overcome anything through your inner work, right? And so perhaps there is a moment that is very like twin flame journey defining this month, and you don't have to let it shake you to your core anymore. You know, deep down, you don't have to play into the drama and the story of it. You can just continue to be in your peace and recognize this is just your union unfolding. Or perhaps there was something recently that occurred that felt a little bit soul shaking, and you're like really going deeper with the truth that it's okay now. You know, like you don't have to continue to feel like your world is falling down or has been turned upside down by it. You can instead root in this new beginning and this new peace, right? And let this recognize that like that tower moment was an initiation into this new vibration with the sun. Okay, so Divine Masculine, we are going to do your 3 cards as well. Divine Masculine, your first card, I feel like I'd have to rewatch previous readings, but I feel like this card has come up for you before recently. The 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. So when we look at what's happening with this mirror of your Divine Feminine having this, you know, sunny new disposition, this newfound peace, newfound awareness growing for her, what I feel the 7 of Pentacles is pointing to is there's a certain like stasis, right? Stability rooting in your life. And I think the trick here, the spiritual challenge here is for you not to look at this as waiting, and for you to realize you are in motion, right? Even when things seem kind of still on the outside, you are still in motion. You're planting, you're growing, you're blooming. And to not stop here, Divine Masculine, keep going, because you truly don't know what that final block is, right? That final building block is for your union. So keep going. Look at what you have, appreciate it, and keep going with it. And I like this one. The Page of Pentacles comes up next. This is keep going to be humble, right? Be humble and continue this almost childlike approach to your journey, Divine Masculine, and recognizing there's actually so much for you to learn. Not that you know nothing, but that there's always so much for you to learn. And when you approach your journey with just an openness and a willingness to learn something new, and like bear the fruit of a new way of being, you will have the best results then. Right? When your heart is open to that and your heart is humble to that. Yeah, and I feel like this is further confirmation too. Like this single pentacle here, this feels like this. And so I feel like there's a progression of time here as well, talking to us about how like the reward, so to speak, that you're waiting for over here is coming, right? Is here. Is like in your vibration, wanting to bear fruit, but you need to just continue, right? And have that faith. And that's exactly what the next card is going to show you. So Divine Masculine, your final card is the Fool, which really speaks to the lesson in like humility I was talking about earlier for you. The Fool adds an extra dimension of surrender for you, right? And the Divine Feminine was feeling that in her reading too. This is a reminder that you can't and you won't control this journey. It's going to, the best way for this, your union to happen and your harmonious union to happen is for it to happen on God's time and God's pace and God's order, not yours, right? And when you, like I said, open your heart, be humble, and just take the next step in front of you, knowing that it's going to be for your highest good, because God always has your highest good in mind, you're going to feel so much better. You're not less, I think this is important to say, like you're not less masculine just because you don't know where this is going. Like you're not less of a man just because you don't quite know how things are unfolding with your Divine Feminine. You're not less of a man just because you are choosing to be really surrendered to her and to your love for her. You're not less of anything, for this, right? You don't need to be in control. You don't need to be all-knowing. It's okay for you to relax, and it's okay for you to let God be the leader here, right? Not you, God. So that is my lesson for you, Divine Masculine. Then we're going to look at the overall union energy. I don't know if we need to pull 3 whole cards for this. We'll kind of see. But we have the Empress up first. And so I do feel like this does speak to me and say, like, even though there is like a certain pause, a certain stillness in November for you guys, because that was indicated in both the Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine readings, there's also this abundant energy too. And so I feel like abundance of your union, right? And however that's wanting to bear fruit right now through your purpose, through your finances, through your, through your romance, right? Whatever is happening for you, like that's ready, wants to bear fruit. That's right there. And some of you are probably even going to see that and feel that in the physical by the end of the month too. And I think that's it. I think a lot of you will see that fruit bear very, very soon, because next up we have the 8 of Pentacles reversed. Okay. And yeah, for me, like what I immediately pick up from this is you don't have to, it's not always going to be this really deep dive, hard inner work, right? You're going to enjoy your life too. You're allowed to enjoy your life too. And I think the Empress speaks to this. There's going to be a moment or a flow of really enjoying your life and enjoying yourself this month, which is great because the last 2 months were some really like deep inner work for both parties all around the table. Yeah, so like pausing to receive the gifts of your work isn't a bad thing. That's a good thing. That's a needed thing in order to integrate and go to the next step, the next level. So final card, we are going to do 3. Oh, yeah. I think we have the Hermit. Way within. I think like the Hermit in the context of this entire reading, right? This is really speaking to is like your like inner light is ready to make manifest, right? Your inner union is ready to be manifest. You are allowed to just shine. Like you don't have to hermit and hide and isolate anymore. You are allowed to step out into the open. You're allowed to experience life. You are allowed to bear fruit. But in order to bear fruit, you have to be willing to receive and enjoy the fruit. If you've been stressing, that doesn't leave a lot of space for you to receive the fruit that's trying to be born through the Empress, right? So that is your overall message for the month of November. This is a month, I said repeatedly, where there's a pause, a flow of stillness. And at the same time, like that stillness is what allows your fruit to bear, right? And the trick for the whole union, for both of you, is to be present in that stillness with God, right? To continue in faith, to keep the chop wood, carry water, feel good in the flow energy without stressing, without worrying, without feeling like you have to push harder. Instead, just let all of your spiritual fruits and gifts integrate so they can blossom into your physical reality too as this month progresses. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.